Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Let's continue. We only have a couple more runs to do. Last time we managed to do Azazel all the way to the Lamb, so now we do Lazarus. Yeah, I'm not expecting a lot of challenge with Lazarus, and then when we get to Eden is random, so random affects random. Now Lazarus does have that extra life that then starts him with a higher damage, so there is an argument to dying early. If we could get like Suicide King as a card as the very first starting thing, that would have been a cool idea, although maybe just a little too overpowered in general to start every Lazarus run with a Suicide King card. There is almost an argument that there should be a non-mod way in a Binding Isaac of 2 to like trade out starting items and have more kind of custom characters instead of unique characters. That they really are painted in this corner where every DLC comes out and they need to add a couple new characters that are your new paladin rogue class equivalents, although in Binding of Isaac I don't know which one you would call a paladin or a rogue. You could say Isaac is definitely just your standard human character that is average, and Magdalene obviously is a healer class, and then you could say Cain is probably a gambler class, whatever that really means. Usually you don't have a gambler class in video games as much as you would have that in just general playing of Dungeons and Dragons. But when you start to get down to just generic Glass Canyon barbarian type characters, I guess maybe that's Azazel, but not quite. Whereas I could see in a Binding of Isaac 2, if you were to ever make it, you would just have a budget of things and a value of each item. So what you could say is, starting with the Suicide King card takes 12 of your 15 skill points to start with, and that leaves you only with enough skill points then to give yourself 3 hearts or 1 heart and maybe a boost below 1 damage. Yeah, that's how I would build characters in a game, in a theoretical sequel. But then they wouldn't be named characters, and then there wouldn't be specific items unlocked for doing the completion marks for those specific characters. And so then that really then changes the whole way this game works, because then how do you get item unlocks? You just get them by randomly finding things for the most part. Yeah, I don't think Midas's touch is particularly useful. Although freezing people isn't awful as a feature. So is it worth it to get 2 coins using 1 bomb? I think this is a double XL room. We now have a reason, certainly, to go into the shop. In fact, we have a reason to go into 2 shops. Of course, I'm at half a health, and so about to die and respawn. You see, now we either have a faster shot speed, or maybe nothing changes when Lazarus resurrects. It really doesn't feel like anything happens. that would make more sense, frankly. Like, there's too many instances where you die and you come back as something stronger. And I get the edginess of that and embracing the idea of resurrecting. There we go. We definitely want the humbling bundle. Can we accomplish that half off for half off sale? Alright. And then you take that, and then you take that, then you walk out, and then there's 2 coins. This is now establishing something really great. High shot speed, but then wrecking everything else. That's the question. Do we want to take that? We also have the I Can See Forever pills enabled. Okay. Full health. Bad gas. And I Can See Forever. Okay. So do we want to go into a cursed room? No, we would die. Obviously. We've got all the money we could love to have, but no health, so we need something here that could solve that issue. I guess that will help. And yeah, there's really no telling as far as just where the super secret room would be. I guess we have to take this. It's a pretty stupid thing, but we were already fairly far away, and now that lets us get a range up. Wait a minute. I Can See Forever I have that popped. So I just need to walk through every room and I'll find what a super secret room is. Which either this is going to once and for all establish that there are no super secret rooms on some floors, or that it can be very, very far away, and I guess in these kinds of rooms it is just going to be very far away. There's a level of balance in this design that stinks, but whatever. So yeah, sometimes I guess if you're not following the general rule of it is very, very close to the boss room, you should probably follow the balance rule. Alright, so just shoot in general opposite directions. And since we're playing on hard, we're taking full heart damage sometimes. If I get through this fight, I can go pick up a heart, but I'm not in a great position even though I have a lot of stuff. HP up 2. So I think generally what we're looking for is just maybe deal with the angel, because we can't really avoid a deal with the devil. Like, since this is the XL floor, that does shortchange you on secret rooms and super secret rooms. Come on. Wonder if I would have gotten a significant amount of gold by killing a boss while it was frozen in gold mode. Tears and shot speed up. I should have gone back up and gotten that heart. Alright. We'll go in and pop the I Can See Forever. And we'll hope we can succeed with this. I probably screwed up here. This feels like I shouldn't have taken the orbiting tiny planet. Because I could just be shooting otherwise, and now I'm playing a game of dance, of running around places while shots are just kind of ridiculously orbiting around me. And I guess your main goal here would be to have as many bullets in a place where as many tears in a place as where somebody might actually get hit, so you're probably trying to stay somewhere close towards the center of the map. Alright. Are your wizard pills not going to be useful? Sad onion tears up. I guess if we just constantly get tears up, let's not go into a shop yet. That way we don't risk triggering a fight with the greed. Yeah, if we constantly get tears up, then there might be some level of safety in that. Oh, I don't know if I can hit these guys, though. Yeah, there was actually no way I could have even hit those guys, so I was doomed. Alright, homing shot's not bad. If we could get a petrified poop very early, that would be great. 5 cents early is not bad either. I could have taken that previous run, I think, a lot further had I simply... that was explosive diarrhea. Not the worst pill. Yeah, had I simply ignored Tiny Planet and just left it. And that is something I think that Repentance does better than anything, is when you hit the level in Repentance where you're going back up the whole path, you can leave items and get different items. And it is effectively a D6 for every character by going a particularly difficult route. And the stated goal of Repentance was to have people take bad items more often to increase the value of those items existing. And certainly that would be a problem if you were going to try and make a Binding of Isaac 2, is how do you make that game without reusing a ton of items or making items that feel like just clones of all the items in the first game. Like, it makes a very difficult experience. You're going to have to make a shift between something as big as The Legend of Zelda NES game and Ocarina of Time where you are just in a 3D open world environment type experience. And in all fairness, I would say, to be a little critical, if you were to try to make an Ocarina of Time around Binding of Isaac, it would probably be awful. Because all the weird characters in Ocarina of Time and all the friendly characters that you deal with in Ocarina of Time, other than like Ganondorf and Zelda and Link, who are just the basic characters, all that dialogue and all that conversation doesn't, I think, really work well with Binding of Isaac. Binding of Isaac, you want a character who is feeling like they're being constantly persecuted and constantly chased, and constantly alone. So if you were going to create an open world, it would have to be an open world of a dead world where there's only enemies and only death. And there's a game that was recently remastered called Shadow Man that maybe that would be a close equivalent of what a Binding of Isaac and a Ocarina of Time style would be. But the connective tissue between a Ocarina of Time style game in Binding of Isaac would be the items still, and the characters, and then going to dungeons would get away from the roguelike element. And I guess at a certain point, Isaac does stand in a very different category compared to Zelda, even though it's heavily inspired by Zelda, because of the fact that it is a roguelike, whereas Zelda games, all the dungeons were very specifically hand designed and made in such a way that they don't change and they're thought out. And that would be a change, certainly, if all the levels in Isaac were hand designed and you were just going through a narrative experience. It would feel like there would have to be a lot more collectibles. You'd just be collecting items to get some of the more common items. Like, if you had to collect 100 coins, for instance, to get the breakfast HP, and the breakfast HP up item was always in the same place, and it was just part of the narrative of the game that you would collect breakfast. Yeah, that would definitely be a different experience. We need a key if we're gonna go to the shop. Looks like this is mostly a fly level. Yep, and this definitely feels slow. Honestly, the more I think about it, a non-roguelike version of Isaac is not what I would really be looking for. Like, I want that roguelike gameplay. I kind of don't care about Isaac as a character and the story of Isaac enough. The story is what it is. It's not what I'd say bad. I'm not insulted by it or anything like that, but it is simplistic, frankly. Whereas if you were to add more nuance and story to it. You're getting something closer to like Alice, American McGee's Alice and Madness Returns, the sequel to that. I hate this room, man. There's just one room you could get rid of. I would mod that out. But yeah, and I wouldn't be upset one bit if there was a skin that changed what all the items looked like and changed what all the characters looked like and all the monsters looked like. Made it possibly a more kid-friendly version. Wouldn't have upset me. Like, the edginess is fun, certainly, to see something edgy. Particularly, I guess, in modern days. You kind of rarely get something that has that kind of edginess to it. Everything is so mass appeal designed. But yeah, if I was playing something that was an Ocarina of Time clone, I think it would just be compared to Ocarina of Time in a lot of ways, and probably the comparisons would be fairly critical, if not negative. I have no idea where the secret room could be, or the super secret room. And since I have only one bomb, I'm just gonna move forward. So then that kind of brings it back to the thought of you can't ever make a sequel to this game, even if Team Nicholas wanted to, other than to say we've got what is effectively the same game with just as much items as was left off at the end of Repentance, which is the latest DLC, with just new characters. It is, in a lot of ways, the difference between something like Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 is that there really wasn't a ton of difference, or it didn't feel like there was a ton of difference, at least when Diablo 2 came out. But having more characters and having more items was all people ever wanted, so people were satisfied with Diablo 2 coming out and giving you more characters and more items. And I think there's probably a great comparison there in the fact that Diablo 1, 2, and 3 all kind of start with some base character classes that you play as, and then they add some more in DLC later on. At least I think it did. Maybe Diablo 1 didn't have any DLC, or expansions as they were called back then. Yeah, there's a bunch of red hearts, so we should go back and get them. Give ourselves the best chance of success here. Oh, wait. Nope. Forget it. I'm not going through that mess just to take damage, just to get red hearts. We'll just have to risk it. Yeah. Yeah, and if you did compare Isaac to Diablo, there is a kind of great comparison there. Diablo, you go to these different areas. Sometimes they're overworld areas, and Diablo actually did a very nice job of having overworld areas where massive amounts of enemies will attack you, and then also having dungeon areas where you're interior-wise more limited, but you're still doing that same gameplay loop. Arguably, Diablo's gameplay loop with a mouse is a little repetitive, because in retrospect of playing a game of Diablo, you realize you've been clicking a mouse for potentially 60 hours straight without much of a break at all. But yeah, I could see Isaac having to go to a Diablo overworld and getting out of the basement and then fighting a bunch of characters, and then falling back into basement type areas, and you, instead of having 4 walls around each room and having the doors lock on you, you are more in a Diablo experience where there are enemies that can be you can catch their attention and draw them from very far away. Yeah. And there's definitely an argument to making something like that. There haven't been too many games that are quite as good as Diablo and in that dark theme. There is a Path of Exile game, but it has its problems. Diablo itself, being run by Activision Blizzard, has its problems, in which people don't want to support Activision Blizzard and aren't particularly super thrilled with what they were given as far as Diablo 3. Plus, that long-running Diablo series has failed to kind of evolve and give enough of a story to be interesting over the long amount of time. Like Diablo, the idea of fighting a manifestation of the devil makes some sense and is simplistic enough. If they had released Diablo 1, 2, and 3 over the course of, say, 7 or 8 years, that would have been great. But they released 1, 2, and 3 over the course of, I think, closer to 15 or 20 years, which that's too long to wait for such a simplistic story. And after pretty much the second game, you kind of know the story. Some iteration of a demon is going to appear, and you're going to have to fight his hordes of minions to defeat him. Oh, there's Small Rock. So, yeah. There is Torchwood, which is more of a kid-friendly Diablo clone, but not Torchwood, Torchlight. Torchwood is a Doctor Who spin-off TV show I constantly confuse it with. But Torchlight 1 is alright, but not that interesting, and then Torchlight 2 I think is alright, but then by the time they made Torchlight 3 it was a completely different team and they were making a completely different type of game. And yeah, I just don't know if there's any other thing that's what in the world is this doing? Like, that gave me invincibility, but did no damage. I'm very confused. There. So does this stump, unicorn stump, sometimes just not do damage? Or does it always just make you invulnerable? So you could go to like a sacrifice room or a curse room or something. I'm failing to see the usefulness of something like this. Yeah. Yeah. It just like slows down the music to a standstill, which is interesting for a sound effect, but not really explaining what you would do with that. I guess we'll just pull the left trigger when we think it's activated. Do I have to get ramming speed up? with it. Maybe that's the trick. Kinda doesn't matter what it is though, because we're just about to get killed. And our damage is up, but I don't know if any of that has to do with Lazarus. Like, the whole base damage system doesn't get really explained well. Like, I don't really even understand it. So if there was something about you can raise your damage quite a bit with Lazarus and then you reset him, and then that resets when he dies, that resets his base damage. Like that would kind of make some sense. But also, there really aren't enough levels in Rebirth alone to play Lazarus if you were trying to kill him and then get more upgrades. Very rarely do we run into a scenario where you have extra opportunities to increase your damage or your stats or anything like that. Sorry, taking an opportunity to drink more water. Alright, well. Yeah. Probably dead. I mean, we'll try, but so far not so good. 30 minutes and we've failed to have a really good run. That's crazy to yeah, crazy to find the boss room that quickly. So now we need to just run around and see if we can get our mass fear item charged up. Freezing an enemy, freezing a boss in particular, not a bad idea. But we would kind of want more we want more damage. Yeah. Just taking on the boss right now. It's gonna be a long fight. This isn't an XL room, it's just oddly a fairly big room. We have one bomb where we could look for a super secret room, which, in all honesty, there's 3 rooms. It could be 2 ways. It could be in the room down below. One way it could be over here in that room. We could go for the secret room, which is almost certainly here, for more of a guaranteed return. Or we could try and blow up this. Let's see what this has to offer first. 7 cents for 9 volts, not a bad offering. Yep. And no, that was not what a super secret room was. So, go ahead and freeze this as fast as possible. I was shooting the wrong head. I was shooting the back side of that when I should have been shooting the front side of it. I should have not picked up the soul heart, since this is the first floor. I could have taken that with me to the next floor. Yeah, that would have made a lot more sense to have. Now, is there a chance that you'll get anything out of these poops, or are these special poops that are being made by the enemies just different? I'm not sure I've ever seen anything come out of them, so that they may not be rewarding poops. Which at a certain point that should just be a different color, so it tells you that directly. Why does he have a rock in his head? No, that's the 9-volt batteries in his head. Oh, interesting. A lot of things lodged in his head. The big-headed Isaac. There have been times when they have done renders of Isaac in like 3D models and stuff, and boy does he look like horrible. I would not want to play. The best comparison I would say is he looks like a Clay Fighters character, the way they've animated him, and I don't know if you could really do much better. If you were going to go with a different art style, at a certain point, I need a bomb to blow up that tinted rock, don't I? At a certain point, you need to just then recognize that Binding of Isaac is being drawn and depicted from the perspective of a young Isaac, and so any sequel should be drawn and depicted from the perspective of a better artist and an older, more mature Isaac of some level. And yeah, he would probably be drawn in a way that is completely unrecognizable. Yep, there's a decent argument to making a spiritual successor to the Binding of Isaac 2 versus, Binding of Isaac 1 spiritual successor, versus actually making a sequel. And I've talked definitely a lot about a sequel, but I guess that means there's really, I just don't have much else to say. All stats up, that's gonna be helpful. Now we may now have a chance. I feel strong, I feel like I've got a good shot speed, because yeah, that does increase your damage and your shot speed. I'm now gonna eat half a heart potentially when I clear a room. Let's check for a super secret room. Let's go in here. We want 15 cents. Have I taken any damage? Okay. I guess what we do is we go into this room, take on the bad guy first. Because if I haven't taken any damage, great. If I have, then I'm gonna get as close to this guy as possible. There you go. HP and luck up. Give me some good deals. Here. Here. Take these two, these two. Go here. Take that. I was kind of hoping for more of a deal with the devil. Still a chance though we could get 15 cents and get more options, which is better. Now that we have the sweet suffering in particular, there's a chance of that. Bombs. Yeah, there's a tinted rock over here that could get us a soul heart. So I want to try for that. Yeah, just increase damage, increase shot speed, increase speed in general, tears up in general. All of three of those going up, tears up, shot speed, and damage in particular, all of a sudden make the game way easier, way better of an experience. Alright. So what I guess we do here is we buy a soul heart or we buy a bomb. If I buy a bomb, I'm blowing up a tinted rock in the hope that it gives me a bomb and a soul heart. Whereas if I just buy a soul heart, I'm guaranteed that. So soul heart, key, and call it a floor. Yeah. That's pretty much the best we could have done. Yeah, with these stats, if we could get Guppy, that would solve a lot of things, and we've now got enough soul hearts and dark hearts to really justify the desire for Guppy, or trading off for Guppy. Now we're fighting enemies that just a couple floors earlier would have been a boss, and taking them out very easily. Yeah, I guess we pop this now. Do I want to take Guillotine? I mean, I guess we'll take it and just live with it. It's not terrible change. It's just a little bit of a frustrating experience. You now have this slowly rotating turret that maybe acts as a protective barrier sometimes, but probably not so much. We're already down to a point where a dark bomb would be useful because we're unlikely to get red hearts. That is most runs though, in all fairness, is that you fairly quickly, once you start getting good runs and stop taking damage, red hearts are pointless rewards. There's a coin there if we can come back with flying. I guess there is a question as far as will the rotating head potentially will it potentially pick up items that you can't reach? Darn it. Yeah, the floating head, interestingly, seems to act like all the other orbitals, so it's a giant orbital. I didn't realize that was the case. Now, he doesn't shoot past the barriers. Interesting. And I don't know why I didn't get a deal with the devil, because I didn't take any red heart damage there. Seems like just sometimes you don't. Unless there was something about the guillotine that stops you from getting deals with the devil. Which that would be weird. Alright. There's a couple more rooms I want to check out, but then I think we'll probably use the blood bank as much as possible to get as much coins as possible. And maybe get an HP up. Not go into the cursed room. Maybe go into the challenge room. We will want to at least check it out. Yep. Yep, going quiet again, trying not to take damage. We are well situated now as far as coins. I mean keys. Not so well situated. Let's see. Okay. So we'll take this. We'll take this. We'll take this. And then we'll go get some more coins. Soul hearts. Exactly what we would love to get from the blood bank. I didn't realize we could get them from the blood bank though. We need to test something here. Is this door always open once you've defeated something? Yes, it is. Good. Because that would have kind of sucked if I'd gone into that room or tried to go into that room to get health and couldn't get it. Alright, that is all our red hearts on the floor. And we're still short bombs. So we just gotta push it on hard mode and hope that this pays out. Yeah, the guillotine is definitely confusing me as to where I'm going. Alright. So then we take this pill, that's pheromones, and we take this key. Like the penny shaker really wouldn't have worked for us anyways. And there's nothing else more we can do, but we're nicely situated for the next floor. I don't know if we're fully set to feel like we're gonna completely win in a battle towards Mom's heart, but for 3 floors down, we're doing all right. Yeah, a bit of a choice here. Guess we'll take this, and then I'm gonna use this to just try and get rid of all of these people as quickly as possible. I don't think picking up red hearts would, like, count against getting a deal with the devil, deal with the angel. I think that would be kind of silly if that was the case. Although there is a slight argument against picking up red hearts. How many hits am I going to take in this room? Because my fork item potentially is supposed to give us half health refills when you clear a room, but it doesn't seem like it's really doing that, so maybe I'm confused as to what the fork does. Or maybe it's just acting weirdly. That would be interesting if on some runs items did one thing and on other runs items did a different thing. And pills definitely work that way, but they're secret only at the beginning. Although in all fairness, if you had a trinket that did something different on different runs, it would be fairly easy to figure out the difference there. This will be an interesting thing to see if this combos in any way with guillotine. Yeah. So now our head is just an orbital, and we have on-demand airstrikes, and it doesn't really synergize, which I guess is fine. And this puts us now in the position where there is no good reason to not blow through every single rock looking for any kind of reward you can find. And let's get out of the way of where bombs may be. Trying for super secret rooms. Seemingly nothing there. This is the kind of room where if it did have a super secret room, it would be hard to pick it. Is there a reason to get touch fuzzy, get dizzy? Medicus. Speed up. I think what we'll do is probably take touch fuzzy, get dizzy. Just because maybe that would make our head bigger. And by making our head bigger, maybe that would help in some way. Have we found the secret room? Nope, still have yet to find it. Alright, here's an experiment. This head should be big enough to hit that pill. And yet, it doesn't seem like it is. Alright, well, we found the secret room and we would have never found that in normal circumstances. Feels like my guy is sliding all over the place, but it's just the head is orbiting. Hemeticis here. Might as well do it. And then full health here, why not? Actually, I should probably held on to that. Okay, now we are just... Is this an XL room? XL floor? No. Yeah, unless we find a blood donation machine, there's far too much blood sitting around, and unless we get the dark bomb, and then at that point we could probably trade the dark bombs red hearts for lots of things. There's a couple more rooms to check out, I guess, and we are fairly safe. This is one of those cases where you can just blow. Darn it. Let's go down here. Darn it. Yeah, we're blowing up everything and not really coming out well. Yeah. There's nothing more on this floor to even blow up. Take this. Go in here. We tried our very best to avoid that from happening. And yet it still happened. Which I guess that sets us up nicely for the shop on the next floor. And yeah, there's just nothing more to do on this floor. Whole bunch of red hearts. HP tears up, shot speed down. I mean, that makes it seem like it takes a little bit longer now to shoot. Where, ideally, that wouldn't have been the case. That was just terrible timing for me to take a break and drink water when I was about to load a new level anyways. Just go ahead and blow these things. Alright, that sucked, but whatever. It's fairly dangerous still to try and blow up things. I don't know if there's a specific way to adjust for that. I'm gonna dry baby. Just blow up as many skulls as possible. What we want to do is push black hearts downward towards the left. So put some more red hearts here. Take that. And see, now we'll pop the moon, I guess, and That'll work fairly well for us. There are rooms all around. Okay. Walk out, walk back in. Okay. So you take this deck of cards, that gives us the Emperor, that's a pretty good deal. You take this, you take this, because that gives us some bombs. Take a battery, pop, that gives us 2 clubs, which gives us 32 bombs. Yeah, I think that's probably about as good as we could hope. If this is going to be an intensely focused on Skull's floor, we can potentially get a full run of black hearts. As much as possible. Now would be kind of a great time to find a deal with the devil. Alright, that worked well. Let's see. Yeah, these soul hearts don't get picked up even if you have a big head. Well, that went badly. Let's see. Homing bombs, which I guess I could have doubled that. I suppose I would take petrified poop. I also suppose I have enough coins here to justify buying that soul heart to protect the black hearts. Even though we have a Hierophant card that we would also have to use on this floor, I guess. Although at this rate, that may not be such a big deal. There we go. Necropolis 1. Two of clubs gets us 74 bombs. We are just getting the maximum amount of bombs as we could hope. The Gaz Purity gives us a soul heart, so I'll just take that now. This one's a bit harder to figure out how you want to blow up things. You should be, I think, also looking for super secret rooms because it is questionable where that super secret room would be. So we have a battery. We have a key we can't reach. We've got some rocks. Blow up. I think we're looking still for small rock. Black heart there. No black heart there. I could have waited, but there's kind of no good reason to wait. If there are soul hearts that pop up there, that's not going to really do anything for us. Nothing in that room. Yeah. So at this point we are at 99 bombs. So unless there was a bomb beggar, which is not a thing that exists in Rebirth, we've managed to do all there is to do. Let's see. Magician, Hierophant. Darn it. Yeah. There's just this card that we can't reach. And then going back here, there's nothing more to buy. I suppose the question to ask then is it worth it to continue playing the game with the card generator? Or should we go back and use Mom's Bra? Because unless it was going to give us like 2 of diamonds over and over again, I think we've probably saturated our luck as far as that. So I think a more guaranteed return with Mom's Bra is probably smart. Now the next question is, where is the super secret room? It's there. I don't know if the magician card will actually do anything, even. See, we'll pop it, and then we'll do that, and yeah, that did not feel like that changed much. Regeneration and HP up. And then troll bombs. More troll bombs. And a soul heart we can't even do anything with. That is not what we were looking for. Let's not step on things. Okay. I'll take this for a brief moment. We now need to go this way. Oh man. Well, we're gonna lose the Eternal Heart during this. I should have left the Eternal Heart, but whatever. We're hoping that this pays out really nicely, and I'm questioning whether it really will or not. Palace is probably a good offer. Okay. Here we go. So now we are gonna pick up as much parts as possible. You now have the Chaos card, which, yeah, that's a great card to have. Do we go in this way? Yes, we do. Callus not working against the spikes in that room, in the cursed room. We're looking for one soul heart that would help us. And I picked up those bombs for kind of no reason. Having a real hard time. We're back to going for payouts. There's a lot of stuff in the way. There you go. We need to figure out what this pill does. That was bad trip. That sucks. Okay. And since there's no more parts that we can give away, yeah, it would have been really wiser to have gotten that eternal heart. I can't even afford that red heart. Okay, well, we said we were gonna take this. And then pick up this. Yeah. We have done as much as I think we can do on this floor. That's not terrible. We're in a pretty good position. We're kind of in a weird build, certainly, but this is the kind of weird build you'd almost expect to have if you were just boss rushing more than anything else. Oops. I'm about to blow myself up. I forgot I had the airstrike ability. Alright. It probably is worth it to get this. Although, I don't know why I'm picking up bombs. Just have like no need for bombs at all. I could try to use them offensively, but that's not likely to happen. Seriously. And this is the mom's foot level, so balls of steel, speed up, regeneration. Yeah, we now are at a point where the speed's a little bit more than what we would normally want, but or just be used to. Keys. I guess the question now becomes, in this whole setup, do we want to go to the dark place and the lamb, or do we want to go to the chest? I'm not sure. Didn't really want to blow that up, but whatever. Kind of doesn't matter one way or the other whether we have red hearts after this floor. Why are we getting double chests? Because we got that wealth from below item. That's why. Wealth at what cost? Which maybe reduces your chance to 0 as far as getting red chests or gold chests. 4 charge versus 3 charge. I think you stick with Mom's Bra in that case. Now remember, this is Mom's foot, so we don't want to just take it on yet. Chaos card and chaos card. Well, that is crazy. So unless we can find a shop that lets us hold 2 cards, we are going to end up leaving a chaos card on the floor. Which that is not something you won't ever want to really do. Alright. Smash that. Another baby. It kind of feels like now just blowing up rocks increases your odds of getting a lot of these babies regardless. And we'll check out what this is, but I'm not even willing to potentially leave a chaos card. We've already found the secret room, haven't we? With this amnesia, I'm not willing to pop the moon card. We'll look for the secret room ourselves. Yeah, guillotine is an irritating ability. Alright. I think secret room's probably already been found, but if not, we'll check it out. That went badly. Alright, we'll take the left hand, we'll exit, we'll come back, we'll get chest rooms. Head of Krampus? Sure. Is it really worth it at this point to be... No, I don't think it really is. Probably worth it to be hitting flames. Alright, so left hand now giving us chests. Where are you hiding? Secret room. Yes. You probably wouldn't want to trade the petrified poop. So this puts you in a weird situation where you could go to the chest potentially and use the left hand to get red chests. And do something kind of crazy. And you've got enough keys to go to the chest. So it is going to just kind of boil down to a coin flip. I think just for fun, we probably do want to go to the chest because we've done a couple of runs where we've gone to a lamb. Alright. So we have Mom's coin purse. In it we have Medesis, pheromones, and balls of steel. We'll use that. Coin key wise, we can take that. And then we can take another balls of steel. I don't know if the Chaos card actually beats Mega Satan if we were gonna take on Mega Satan, but it would take on Isaac, a blue baby, or the lamb. Going downward with Chaos card would make a little bit more sense because the lamb is a bigger target. Generally speaking, if I cared about progress, I would go downwards. So I probably should do that. Yeah, this was the super secret room. Because it doesn't connect to the secret room. Then here's a soul heart. And the balls of steel card. Bill. So I had a little bit more options. Secret room. I think we're just gonna have to say it doesn't matter where the secret room is and just move on to the boss room because this is gonna take too long anyways. And we can still only hold one card. I guess for fun, we'll go upwards. Alright. Yep. We're going upwards. Let's see if maybe we could get deals with the angel too. Like while we are fairly well suited to do deals with the devil, if we could get angel room deals and fight the angels and get the keys, this isn't a terrible build to try to fight Mega Satan on hard. I still don't think I want to risk using the yeah, now we're up to single heart damage. This may ruin our run. Um, yeah, I don't want to use the cast card on Mega Satan. I feel like that might just kill me. But it might actually work too, so I'm just not certain enough on it. Trying to take out the enemies in small groups if I can. This would have been a good room to have the head of Krampus fully charged in. This is making it incredibly difficult to run around. I'm shocked I haven't taken any damage in this room yet. Yep. Okay. I question whether it really is worth your time to try and bomb every wall or bomb every rock in the room, but since we have infinite bombs, now would be the time to experiment on that and figure out what is your rate of return versus the risk of a rock blowing up in your face. Guess we go into this room since we have the head of Krampus charged. Alright, full health cart, 2 full health pills, which might prove to be useful. What we really would like is triple or quad shot. Of course, that would do massive amounts of damage to me if I accidentally blew myself up, but one hit killing a lot of enemies is worth that trade-off. And there was 1 hit damage. And see, we're not getting the double chests on this floor. This is a weird room because the only thing that would make sense is that there would be a secret room down there. We had already bombed here, and we had already bombed there. So balance would have said it was here. And this room design would have implied it was there. So it kind of feels like super secret rooms, just not connected to any of this mass. And this isn't a ultra extra large floor. win here first, and then we're gonna become Guppy, which we're gonna have to do an experiment here to see what happens. Okay. First of all, you take this, and then I guess you just push everything down as low as possible. And then we take this, and I want to see if this does tears. No, that would give us flies. Okay, that's fairly safe. What my concern was is that was going to do a ring of tears, and the ring of tears would potentially cause us major trouble. I'm going to go ahead and drop the left hand at this point, because I don't think there's many more deals with the devil that I want to take. So we're just going to look for a different trinket. We're going to stick with the flies. Are we Guppy? No, I actually think we are still one Guppy item short. This now makes all of the... What was down here? Was there a key? Yeah, that I couldn't get them. I guess we'll take this fetal protection. I don't know if that's really going to help us in any way, but we don't have anything else. So now we have fly protection, we have bombs, we actually have a little shooting effect also. That's a mess. Is it worth it to go into the cursed room? I'd say probably not, unless we can bomb our way into it. And bombs. See, that's weird, because this room felt like it would have been... There was a hole there. Right. And now... revealing some more rooms. Let's see. Blow up that. And then blow up these. We have a decent amount of coinage. We're kind of low on, well, coins. It's pretty much all we're low on. The airstrike animation doesn't seem like it happens all the time. Sometimes it just feels like things blow up. Suppose if we got some soul hearts, there might be an argument to going into the curse room. I guess if we're not Guppy too, there's an argument to using the left hand a little bit more. It's not like we've got anything better. Yeah, I think we need to stick with the left hand a little bit longer. We'll probably trade it out in the next floor. We are going up, right? Fairly certain that was our decision, is that we were going up. Yeah, we got the Polaroid. These are the laser ones that constantly are attacking you. You can't even blow them up once they're dead. Super secret room. Though, there's no reason not to try and find it. Feels like it may be hidden. Sure. And onward we go. Haven't fought this guy a lot, so I could see something potentially unlocking because I haven't just defeated that guy. Might as well pick up red hearts if we're gonna get an HP up. Although arguably getting an HP up didn't really do anything for us, so there would have been an argument to just skipping the item completely. Once again, in Repentance, when you come back upwards, skipping an item makes a lot more sense, but here you kind of want to touch it just to remove it from the item pool so you get something different later. Yeah. Yeah, I think we still have Sweet Suffering. I think that's this run. It still is not quite where I'd like it to be. Though as far as my damage, like I'd like to be one hit killing things. Are you a wizard? Balls of steel. We should have probably left that on the floor. Yep. Definitely should have left that on the floor. We're looking for Guppy, so I guess we're still trying to trying to clear out floors. And so we've had like 99 bombs and just no use for any of them. Yeah, and we're continuously just blowing up rocks. What this is really proving to us, though, is that the having the ability to blow up rocks constantly maybe pays off in the utero floors, but nothing else does. The reward is just too low. No, this is Mom's heart. We can't take that deal. Normally we could, but the whole point of doing this run is to end up. Yeah, but there's no reason to be picking up bombs. So I'd blown my way into this area, but then the curse of the maze moved things around. plenty of coins, but unlikely to have a donation machine or anything to do with the coins. Seriously. This guy moves too fast. Like, increasing my luck at this point. What does that really do? I don't know if luck ever does much of anything. I guess we're getting flies. We can try and avoid some areas. We could go into Mom's Heart now and just fight. Since our health is at the max. What else are we really looking for? Chests. Yep. I want to get flying if I can. I guess if I had left balls of steel on the floor. Okay, let's take out most of these guys. Just blow up as much rocks as possible. I don't know why I got a charge. I must have touched the battery. It's the only thing that would have made sense. But yeah, you can notice we're not getting small rock. We're not getting any other items from blowing up rocks. Still would do well with Dark Bum. Ooh. That's a question. Do we want to reroll things? If we were given the opportunity to reroll things, do we? Well, we weren't given the opportunity, so that's fine. Put a bomb there. And yep. Yeah, I'm being overly cautious. Almost certainly. To try and have Guppy happen. Yep, this is not the best case scenario, running through the entire room and then losing 3 parts for doing the rest of the floor. We found a secret room. Did we find a super secret room? No. That would be, I guess, our last chance. These are regular rocks, so maybe they'd give you a reward, but maybe not. Maybe they're programmed in such a way that they don't pay out either. Yeah. This can't be a super secret room. In any other case, I wouldn't even bother to try to find a super secret room. But since we have the ability to blow up everything for free, I think it's probably worth at least checking. Yeah, one eternal heart was worth it. And yeah, this feels like it's been a long run because of the number of games we had to play before this, but the good news is it looks like we're going to beat at least Mom's Heart. Or it lives. It is kind of interesting that they never bother to like change It Lives to anything else. It is just It Lives after it stops being Mom's Heart. And there's no variety there, whereas there's variety in every other enemy. Up we go. We don't have a ton of health, but we've done what needed to be done. Begotten Baby, another co-op character. We may have to make a difficult decision as far as, do we want to use the Chaos card on Isaac and not try and get to Blue Baby? Yep, and we're still have the red hand, which theoretically will give us double red chests. Then I guess the question comes down to, is it worth it to blow up every rock in the cathedral? I think the answer is probably no. That solves a lot of effort to look for a secret room. We don't have to run through this entire floor looking for secret rooms. I think we want to probably find the boss room as fast as possible. Yeah, something is slowly trickle charging the flies in the middle of a battle. Alright, let's do this. Took a heart to pick up a heart. Yep. I would really just love double shot. I mean, that's really all I need. I don't need triple shot or quad shot. Just a double shot item would get one hit kills on these guys, although it's still very possible that these guys move out of the way enough that or they move too fast that it's nearly impossible to target them. put the shot where you think it's going to be, or where you're going to be. I do feel like the red chests probably give you more soul hearts than what a gold chest would ever give. And it's not like we have a ton of keys. Let's go and blow up this rock. Yep, and I'm back to a situation where I feel like I have very little criticism or commentary to make. Like, we're back to just being like, yeah, I'm glad we are approaching the end of this series because there aren't 5 more hours of commentary that I think I could make. That gives us a trinket, so probably by the end of this floor, if we don't have Guppy, we're gonna have to just abandon the idea of Guppy. That was probably true even if that trinket hadn't shown up, because I'd like to get some pedestal items instead of just going for soul hearts. Blow this to us just to see what it is, even though we should probably have known what it was. Sacrifice room in the cathedral. Pretty pointless. There is definitely an argument about how many of these chests would have been golden chests that would have given you a guaranteed reward of something, whether it was pointless bombs or keys or coins, compared to often getting troll bombs. But I don't think that really flies in the cathedral. I think it is still way smarter to use the left hand to get red chests. Range down, speed up, chaos card, super secret room. Let's find the super secret room, and then that's pretty much all we can do. So we should probably take the trinket now. Did we test for a super secret room there? No. Yep, that would have been our last opportunity to get Guppy. And at this point, it just doesn't matter. Yeah, there's nothing else worth taking. We have more than enough keys. We've got as many flies as we're gonna get. Lazarus versus Isaac. Hey, do we still have our first life? Yep. And if we were going to make an assumption here that that specifically using the chaos card on Isaac did something, you would have to pretty much just make the same assumption for the blue baby. And so I think there's just as good reason to not do it. Honestly, we should probably just take the Chaos card to, like, Mega Satan if we can get into Mega Satan. That would be the crazy one, certainly. But even if we are going to use it on Mega Satan, I know internally the game counts the first phase of Mega Satan as different as the second phase of Mega Satan, so I don't know if I want that. Okay, here's the crazy thing. What we should do is, with the D4, is touch it first, but don't use it. We should go as quickly as possible to the blue baby and defeat him. Then hope that there are some rooms left where we could get charges more on the D4 to re-roll into something else, because we might re-roll into something else that has Dad's key, or the key in general, the angel key, to let us fight Mega Satan. Darn it. The creep hurt me. And yeah, getting our speed up's not gonna really help us. Yeah, and our damage has not been increased in a long time. Yeah, we'll take that and use that, and we'll blow up this and take that. Are we now Lord of the Flies? No. I think we would need a couple more fly, at least one more fly item. That is just not the point where you want the audio to go quiet. Took a couple of hits there. More keys, actually, I don't think matter. Speed and range up. Full health. Interesting that that connects to a whole different room. Yep. Our stats kind of don't even matter. And see, if we have to get through this room, this is basically a death wish room. Like, very low chance of surviving. I'm just hoping I'm blowing up the bomb somewhere close to where he is. Yep, and again I'm going quiet because I really do want to succeed here. 2 golden keys will not unlock Mega Satan. Alright. Yeah. I guess we can look for a super secret room first. And then we just need to take it on. Like, odds are very low of anything else happening. Like, ideally, those would be balls of steel. For safety's sake, we've got to just use the chaos card when we get into the room and hope we can target the guy and actually hit him. Yes. Alright, so we chaos carded through the guy is dead. That should get us the completion mark. That was best we could do. We found the secret room, we found the super secret room. Now it's just going to be about running back to that first room and getting the D4 and re-rolling the D4. Okay, so now we are Lord of the Flies. We have a no longer explosive attack. Instead, we have this ball. We have a whole bunch of items we picked up. Book of Shadows, temporary invincibility. We need now to pick up the charges. There is some pills that maybe the pills do something different now. So you can see how you just move this. Yeah, this is not good as a roll. Just hope that eventually your shot will kill one of them so you can move your shot to the other one. We do have these attack flies, so I guess theoretically you could be using the attack flies, and we do have some defense here. But yeah, that was downright awful. Yeah, we take that full health pill, I guess, with us and pick up these items now. There's unlikely to be anything that would cause us to lose bombs, though. So that's a consideration. We don't really need to pick up bombs. Yeah, range up. And that's fine and all, but the reroll also changed everything. So getting range up pills and having pills do different things with the D4, that's a nice little learning experience. I wouldn't have immediately realized or thought. Notice how my shot is also just targeting the guys. I'm just sticking a ball that is just targeting the people and moving towards them. Well, that's pretty much the best I could do. I should be fairly quickly done with this guy. And my flies and spiders just constantly spawning are doing a decent job of protecting me. Of course, if we do manage to get enough reroll, enough items to reroll, then or enough charges to reroll, that is no guarantee that we would actually get what we need. Just avoid taking damage and let the water hurt him. Well, it looks like there's probably two rooms. And see, the reason why my floating ball is targeting people is, I imagine, because it's got the telekinesis ability. Otherwise it would just be a floating ball. And it seems like it has several different color abilities. I need to be careful and keep an eye on my health because I really only have one more hit. And then I should pop the pill. There we go. Let my big floating ball take him out. Okay, one more room. An empty room, interesting. Okay, so time for a reroll again. Money equals damage. And I guess what we do is we go back in this room and see that we still don't have what it takes. Now we have charge explosive shots with enough range to not be an immediate die. We have 4 healths. Odds of there being enough charges in the next couple of rooms to win is fairly low. I'm looking for basically a battery at this point. Apparently we have a 1+1 thing. And I'll go ahead and trade the trinket for a faith up trinket in the small hope of getting soul hearts. Come on. Soul hearts. Key. I think for safety's sake we'll just decide to take these hearts anyways. Yeah, it seems like there's probably only 1 or 2 more rooms, and we would need 3 to reroll again. Yeah, and the broken remote only works if you have a left trigger item, which that does leave one possibility. If we can get back, without the curse of the maze driving us insane, that is, if we can get back to the main areas where there are left trigger items, if there's any charge on any left trigger item, I can use that. Yep. That was our last chance. And honestly, I'm not sure you can ever just teleport yourself into the Mega Satan fight. It would have been nice to have fought Mega Satan and defeated him on hard. And eventually, once I get all the DLC, it almost certainly will happen. And there will be more reasons to make it happen. But yeah, not particularly upset by it. Yeah. And I don't think there's any reason whatsoever to do a boss rush and end on failure. Let's just end on success today. Let's see, 3 more deaths. Like, you're almost guaranteed 3 more deaths in the next run. Unless we just get really lucky in the first 2 runs. But 3 more deaths just gives you a round number of 150 deaths. It doesn't unlock anything to my knowledge. We have 323 items. Which, yeah, I'm just assuming that each of these items that we have yet to find are boss rush items. And that kind of stinks because it feels like at this point you should have seen every item, except for maybe the lost item and the 6 items surrounding the lost. We haven't done anything with endings in a long time. We have 153 secrets, which means there's 25 more secrets to be done, which, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those would be boss rush things, and then 6 of the other ones are lost items. So where the other 9 secrets are, I don't know. I know at least one of them is Super Meat Boy. Maybe there's a secondary one that's Super Bandage Girl. We have 50 Eden tokens. That doesn't mean anything. We got everything done with Lazarus on the chest. Arguably, if I wanted to play a little bit more, there is certainly reasons to play a little bit more as far as completion, but you won't unlock anything. So the Afterbirth DLC really needs to be purchased before I go any further. So next time we'll do Eden. Maybe if we succeed really early, we'll try the boss rush one last time on normal, just to show it off. Otherwise, there's nothing really to do. Arguably, there is a bit of a thought to going back and just trying to get all the achievements on the original version of Binding of Isaac, but I couldn't really imagine doing that. If I was broke and I couldn't really ever afford to get the DLC, then sure, at that point it would make sense to specifically try and just beat everything that you can on the original version of the game and get a 100% Platinum God save file. But there are just enough quality of life improvements in Rebirth alone, let alone Afterbirth Plus, and Repentance, that's probably not worth it. And frankly, you'd just be playing Isaac way too much. And I think that is probably the thing to really take from Isaac more than anything, is that YouTubers and people streaming Isaac have played Isaac a lot more than most players, I imagine, have played Isaac. Steam's playtime is always incredibly wrong for me because I leave the game paused and running, but it says I've had the game running, either playing it or leaving it paused, for 319 hours now. That probably boils down to about 60 hours plus on Steam, just playing it. Alright, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.